Hello, America. This is Ariel Mitchell reporting from Flint. Oh, yeah, real good. About what? There you go again. Cuffs. Oh, Davina. Damn, you show up.
The time is now 4:32 p.m. on Monday, January 26th. I hereby call this Special Affairs Committee meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alameen is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 4 members present.
We have 4 members present.
I'm glad I heard the phone ring. I turned my volume off.
Signing.
But your puppy, your puppy. She gets so old. She's like, oh, this is my doggy. Oh, but your dogs are NPC. Yeah. I've been saying I was gonna get a new dog. But I'm like a bad dog owner. I had to have a dog babysitter.
That's not being a bad dog, Omar. So
Another
another
couple.
couple,
My dog when I had him, and I had to put him down. He had a bullet in him. He was a rescue dog.
yeah.
But when I put him down, it was hard, and I felt bad. I just called the vet. I said, "Look, it's time." He's like, "Tanya, it was time a year and a half ago." He went up by the big tree in the backyard, and he just sat there like, "Look, you can be right here."
You know when it's.
You know. He just, it was too much.
So,
So how much you sell your dogs for?
I'm not saying.
I know dogs. No, I know they. So my cousin has a walking coon treehound dog. And I'm like, those dogs are $7,500.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
We got 5. Sean, oh. 5:30. So there was another couple who was supposed to fly in from South Carolina.
Mhm.
They were at the gate. And they got a text as they were at the gate that their flight back was canceled.
Oh.
So they're coming home.
So how many is in your litter? How many they had? That's it.
And we did with vet. So she was at a reproductive.
You wanna know what's funny?
Ooh.
I
It
started
costs-
to wear my burgundy thing.
It cost me a
I'm glad I
fortune.
did.
I am wearing burgundy.
Yeah. No, I have a burgundy shawl and I started to wear it. I'm glad.
Oh, y'all was twin. I love that brown. I love you. I started to wear burgundy today.
See?
I swear I did. I was gonna wear my burgundy. I couldn't find my damn sweater.
I need that brown.
I put socks on
I
late
like that.
to go to snow blow because I'd been barefoot all day because I'd left the house.
You like to walk around barefoot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me too.
And,
I hate wearing stuff on my feet. I just don't like.
Madam Clerk.
This.
Oh, is she in the parking garage?
She gonna do the percentage in it anyway. Yeah, put one thing on it. Oh, no.
Yeah, we just, and I don't want to gavel out.
You pushing this, aren't you? And your car, is your car rear wheel drive? It's not? Okay. Yeah. No, you got a lot of people coming up on the elevator. So she probably waiting on the elevator. And see, that's probably why my pen didn't work. Okay, it should be quick, right?
Well, yeah, because you are.
Who? I told him I wasn't coming. He gonna call me after church. So you was you was at Bedside Baptist Tabernacle today. I said, My days and nights are off.
Madam Clerk,
They terribly off.
if we could please do the roll call again so that it properly reflects all that are in attendance for this meeting. Thank you.
I was tired. Look, the last
It
time I
is
was there,
4:40 PM and we
it was
will
4 hours for Avery's
redo the roll
baptism.
call.
I didn't party.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault, and battery in disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing as how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, it is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. Speaking on this situation about people say we don't have an internal affair in Flint, and about these dealing with these killer cops. For the record, my house was broke in 2 days ago by a field mouse, because that's the only way I figured, because he put this in front of my study, and he woke me up. A field mouse was like a pecking rat. I thought somebody was in my house because they wanted me to. Somebody passed through you to the attorney. Pass this to the attorney and pass it around to make sure Miss the Sixth Ward get it, because she know how to. Anyway, I was 2020. My friend and I was at the coffee place, and all of a sudden she got a phone call. Went to Grand Blanc, and then next thing you know, she was announced missing. Killed in action. These things came up. Her name was Robin McNeil, and I think I know where Chief Green don't show up because he's negotiating with them Grand Blanc cops, just like they doing in Milwaukee. We was the first one they dealing with these vigilante cops, but nobody. A little field mouse had to wake me up. It had to be a mouse. And like I say, pass it to the secretary and back. And like I say, about this, because I was attacked on Saginaw Street. I didn't know, coming home from church at the same time this happened, a cop pulled a gun on me and told me to get in the car. I was walking for 8 miles from the church out in Burton. And then that's when, and all this stuff, and the guy had a gun. He could have shot me. He woke me up when that little kid over across the street, a boxer, kidnapped the dude, put him in jail for 3 days, and I'm going around like nothing ain't happened. I thought about that the other night when they come in here talking that drunk and nobody, bitching Angelique cops, about spraying people's and then the 6th Ward council lady missing in now, Big Moose missing in this, McCandless Machak, maybe they're together somewhere. I don't know what you talk. Just like this bill. Will somebody come and get this for you? Yeah, like I say, these killing, they got to be dealt with. He got to bring that cop. I want to know if that cop still living this. He ain't on the street. They be killing people like it ain't nothing. I just took a good look at this and all this stuff, and with that field mouse. Worrying about it had to be on anyway, stay tuned, New York. We're still dealing with these vigilantes, ISIS and Flint.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Tanya Jones.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Jones. I'm here advocating for my son and the homeless population. I just want to say, you guys, keep on coming. I feel like it's a waste of time anyway, because I'll be feeling like Neely got his votes and it's going to go how it wants to go. But I just want to keep saying, everybody make sure to get out and vote this November. I don't want to say who to vote for, just make sure you educate yourself on voting. Because the only change we're going to be able to make is by getting out here and vote. And I want to say, like with the opioid crisis, my son, I'm dealing with it every day. It's not easy. It's a journey. I'm very open with it because other parents need to know this is real. And it's the grace of God. You got to know, keep the faith in God and let him guide you. I want my son to know that I love him. I don't know what tomorrow might bring, but I know I'm going to be here by his side through it. And I want to be grateful that with this council, it brought me I felt like my life was real comfortable, but having a child that's part of the opioid crisis, it really opened my eyes up to what's really going on and watching the people, the homeless population, because these people matter. So I just want to tell everybody, number one, Candace Machette, back to you. I really want to get on you because you want to run for different seats, but my son is here. And you told me I didn't see me in church, and that's why you didn't know me. But I allow my kids to make they're grown, selectively grown. I let them make a decision to go to church. So my thing is, you're concerned about him, I feel like you should reach out to him. I mean, he looked up to you. And I told him, just before we walked up here, he said, Mama, you warned me. You know what I'm saying? Because they church people don't mean they right people. Just like my father, Hubert Roberts, the Black Lives Matter. I'm out here fighting this fight. He ain't never contacted me one time and say, baby, look, daughter, can I help you? No. But he out here advocating for, he's a pillar to the community, bacon and all this other stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I do need some help. I'm thankful for Tanya Burns. I'm thankful for the people who have reached out. Even LaShonda reached out. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised the people who reach out during your hard times. So when it comes to this church stuff or whatever, and this politics or whatever, this is a crazy world. But I love you guys, and thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank my son for opening my eyes up to what's going on. Have a good night.
That was the final public speaker. It is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers. Only after all public speakers have spoken, an individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to the speakers and Tanya Jones. You advocating for your child and being open is a great thing, because it affects many of us, and many people hide in shame about it. And you are bringing awareness. And the homeless population is much bigger than we know, because this place as you've been, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And they're living all the way around all of us in this city. They are. Ariel, thank you for sharing this. I hadn't heard of this. I had not. So thank you for sharing. But through you, Madam Chair, to the city clerk, during this time, I would like to, because I did receive an email, I would like to, like a referral, I would like to know what is the golf courses, Kersley Lake and Swartz Creek. We need to know what's going on with that contract, the 50-50 split. Where is it at? Is there a contract that went out for bid for 2026? Who did it go to? And we need to know why are we paying $72,000 for a golf course when there is, I got a call even today with a gentleman who applied, who wanted to pay $1.25 million. And have we received any funds from this contract for 22, 23, 24, 25, and coming up for 26? Because that contract did not come and be approved through Flint City Council. It did not come here. It is just underneath that $75,000 threshold. It has not come here. So I would like a referral to find out the financials, which in that email stated they have refused to give the financials 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. And so we need to deal with that. So I'm sending a referral. If you can give that to the city attorney, please, and thank you. And I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak during council response, we'll move on to the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body? We'll go ahead and separate this one item. Now that this item is separated, what is the pleasure of the body?
Leave it here. Leave it here. Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th
I'd
Ward.
like to put a motion on the floor to leave this here, to leave resolution 250414, Code Amendment, Ordinance Chapter 35, Personal Article V, Working Conditions, here in Special Affairs. God bless you. Thank you. Here in Special Affairs.
There is a motion on the floor to leave resolution 250414-T in special affairs. Is there support? I will, go ahead. Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 5th Ward. This is the roll call vote.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 5 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 1 no. Ordinance 250414 stays in special affairs.
Madam Chair, motion to adjourn.
There's been a motion to adjourn by the councilwoman in the 6th Ward. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Yes.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Mashat.
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett.
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is not in. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. It is now 4:52 PM, Monday, January 26th. This Special Affairs Committee meeting is adjourned.
That pink girl, go ahead. Go ahead, get down.
Oh, give me a second. This is what, oh. One lucky man. Hey, what up, fella? All right. Hey, what? Hey, man, what up? You good, man? Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I told him I wish I had a mother like you. We all wish we had our mother, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Double my pleasure, double my pleasure. Wow. Look at that. Look like the Supremes tonight, boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm sorry I missed your
Yeah, we
I'm so mad at him, baby. He's gonna work on our production. Don't you? Okay. That's my mistake.
So we got to, I definitely will. And I know, like, I really, I know it's so, they're lame, but, I mean, this. And I have no longer dream. You know, my son one day, he was a son. And then they had a surprise, section of everybody going to the bank. Somebody said, and then, so anyway, he's talking to him, getting on stuff. I know, right?
still chefing? Personal parties, dinners. Well, that, okay, that's good. I know people do that. Okay. So thank you. Okay. Oh, you're going back. Okay. You like one. Okay. Because we were looking for personal chefs. Because that's the inspection. I seen the one with the I didn't see that one. So, but it's a food issue. And so it's food in the John Chair. So one of the things is, the health department, which, before you all serve, safe serve. Yeah. Right. And so we don't do anything. And so that's really like the county should say. The county should say, we have to send a letter of contact to you, but you haven't, we'll give them a chance. I don't know, old sandwiches and frosted. Postal standards. I have all. Yeah, and I'm not into that legislative. Okay. Wait a minute. That's legitimate. Yeah, but there are people who have to. And so when we say food with food, vegetables, we know that there's just like teacher will have to go to township. And it should have.
There is no one. So usually when I go to a restaurant, one, they're gonna pop up. You know, I'm just saying, like, for a regular person who's not a gourmet chef, who's not a great one, like, what if my daughter wants to do this? You know, what if my baby treat her like they treated me? I'm not like that. If you watch all of my videos, you're gonna get disgusted.
I'm gonna watch them all.
So I have CEO.
I mean, I'm just for food.
They're speaking. Okay. I think everybody said. So reaching out to all my patients.
Have you done that? Let's see.
I thought it was like, I looked on Google, and it says 84,000, 87,000. I talked to there's a so it's crazy. It's actually
Yeah, that's not where our last one had about just under 80.
and look,
Yeah.
I can only go for one year. It's like, I'm not.
Because I want a simple life. I want to cast the line. Right. Yeah. What is around? But he took out his bishop for that. He did not have an address, he should have an address change.
Wow.
You might as well give it to a guy. The good ones.
So the city doesn't have a health department, it's the county. So we don't have anything. No, that's the county. And that's when their funding comes in.
Like yesterday, I've been out since 9 o'clock. I've only been going to the building to check and really got nothing.
Have you been to a county commissioner's meeting and talked about this? You need to do that because they have the department. And they meet with all of their different.
So this is one.
They meet every, what, other month?
Yeah, yeah, because they have the health department. And the lady that's over the health department.
They don't want to tell the
I
public
mean,
because
she'll
it'll
sit
make,
down and talk with them.
what, see what I'm talking about? You know, I mean, that's a friend named Robert,
That's not what
actually,
I reach.
she was assassinated. I mean,
Every,
Well, I understand that you have.
this, I approve this message. I remember it.
Just like today. I have a report in her telling us what's going on.
Yeah, okay, okay.
And they're telling me, you know, still back and forth.
So let me say this, if you go to Wednesday, I will come to support you.
I'll be on with.
And so I'll give you my card.
did you follow up with what I said last week?
Which one? Because I've been doing some.
The attorney general.
I have a comment with Attorney General.
Right up there. See,
I know there's a chain
there's
of
a,
command,
yeah, a
but
hurry.
there's so many chain of commands with the different
You
things.
really,
But
this is really
but I'm
over
really
there.
telling you,
Where's
the
six point of order?
The Genesee County Health Department, they'll go in.
So that's not your health department that you have right here. There's a difference.
Yeah, we don't, they are the people that go and inspect and all of that. Genesee County Health Department.
Genesee County Health Department.
Yeah, Genesee County Health Department.
Believe it or not, he said, God said, let me give you got one black, okay, bitch, I'm about to do this. I'm not lying. Yes. Right.
Dude could have shot the police. You probably get converted with that. I go to my church out there in Berkeley, you know, had a Bible like equal, right with that spaghetti woman on Family Brothers. And the bullet hole invested it. Somebody tried to shot that window again. And I found out they got it all on film. So, but that's why Chief Green don't want to tell nobody. They got that if they put a gun on, they should start 5 years ago. You know? Oh. I do. No, it's still going on right now. So this dude talking about he'll come and get me when it. So that's another thing. What's the ISIS ready to kick off? Ready to what's it's dang. Okay, go over there and take a picture of it. Put it on. Put it on there. Put that picture. Before you get off. Yeah, like the brother said, she didn't even know that. And that's something. People don't know nothing. Whoa! Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah, hey, bro. Wow. I'm trying to, hey, hey, I'm trying to. Well,
If I can have council members take their seats so we can start this regular meeting.
You have to be in grade two or no? 100% or not? I'm going through that process right now.
First day I came back.
I'm at 70% right now.
It is 5:32 PM, and I am calling this city council meeting to order in accordance with Section 3-201B of the Flint City Charter regarding the organization of the city council. First thing that we will do is take the roll call. Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 7 members present. So concerning the organization of the city council shall elect from its members a presiding officer who shall be known as the president of the city council. As always, I will call your name, and you will state the name of the member that you wish to elect as your president. The last meeting where council took a vote was the December 17th, 2025 meeting, where we finished with round 55. We're going to start today with round 56, and we will be starting with Mr. Pfeiffer. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Jerry Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Jarrett?
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Priestley?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Jerry Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat?
Candace Mashat.
That's 4 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter, 3 votes for Ms. Mashat. Round 57. Mr. Jarrett?
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Priestley?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat?
Candace Mashat.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Winfrey Carter.
It's 4 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter, 3 votes for Ms. Mashat. Round 58. Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis is absent. Ms. Johnson?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Priestley?
Candace.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat?
Candace Mashat.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Jarrett?
Winfrey Carter.
That's 3 votes for Ms. Mashat, 4 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter. It's round 59. Dr. Lewis is absent. Ms. Johnson?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Priestley?
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns?
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat?
Candace Mashat.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Jarrett?
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Alamin is absent. 3 votes for Ms. Mashat, 4 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter. Round 60. Ms. Johnson,
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Priestley,
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns,
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat,
Candace Mashat.
Mr. Pfeiffer,
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Jarrett,
Winfrey Carter.
Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis is absent. 3 votes for Ms. Mashat, 4 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter. Round 61, Ms. Priestley,
Candace Mashat.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Burns,
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Mashat,
Candace Mashat.
Mr. Pfeiffer,
Pfeiffer.
Mr. Jarrett,
Winfrey Carter.
Ms. Johnson.
Candace Mashat.
It's 3 votes for Ms. Mashat, 3 votes for Ms. Winfrey Carter, 1 vote for Mr. Pfeiffer. Round 60.
Madam Clerk,
Yes,
I'm going to make a motion to table this until the next meeting.
until the next regular meeting.
Yep.
Mr. Pfeiffer has made a motion to table the organization of council to the next regularly scheduled council meeting. Is there support for his motion?
Support.
Supported by Ms. Mashat. So we will do a roll call. Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley,
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Yes.
Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashat,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett.
Yes.
That's 7 yes, 0 no. So we will postpone the organization of council until the next regularly scheduled meeting. Thank you.
It's public speaking now.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, that's right, you got a chair.
Yeah. It is now time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Winfrey Carter, will you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is now time for the prayer of blessing, but before we get to that, is there anyone who has a family that they would like to acknowledge?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
I don't know if we did this last week, but I do want to have a moment of silence and prayer for Ardell Schultz, which is Phil Schultz's wife, who was a philanthropist. And I do want, because they're big in our community and what they do and are a deep part of it. So I want a moment of silence for him and his family as they grieve his beloved wife.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman Winfrey Carter.
and I would like a moment of silence for the family of Judith Chick Nolden. She is the mother, or was the mother of the late Bryant Nolden. So if we could please have a moment of silent prayer for her family. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in 3rd Ward.
I'd like to ask for a special prayer for Donna Jones. She lost her daughter first, and then now she lost her granddaughter to a car accident, which was her daughter's child, and her name was Tania Singh. Pray for that family and keep them in your prayers.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right, seeing as how there's no one else, Councilman in the 9th Ward, would you please lead us in prayer?
Lord, our prayer for this meeting, for this city, for this state, for this country, for your people everywhere, is that you would bless us and keep us, that you would make your face to shine upon us, that you would be gracious unto us, that you would lift your countenance upon us and grant us peace. This I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that. It's now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting this meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Seeing how there are no requests for agenda changes and/or additions, we will move on to our public hearing, which is resolution number 2600001.6. It's public hearing ordinance. I already gave the ordinance number, and it is the Flint City Code of Ordinances, Chapter 46, Utilities, Water Disposal Regulations. Before we get to our public hearing, Madam Attorney, is there anything that you would like to add?
Thank you to the council. This is a date and time set for the public hearing. This was a request made by Eagle for the city to amend its ordinances and to have comment from the public.
Thank you very much. It is now time for the public hearing. Anyone who wishes to speak on the public hearing item is able to come up and speak, making sure that we only stick to the public hearing at this time. Is there anyone who wishes to speak?
Hello, I'm Mario Mitchell. I'm speaking on the ego situation in Flint. I lived at 3512 Mildred Street, and I had for 15 years I was there, and it was a leak in my basement for 15 years, and Eagle come along and told somebody, get the fella out of the house. And I didn't, and that's why I'm lived at 759 Linden Street right now. But in the meanwhile, I was gonna tear the house down and build a brand new one. I don't know how Eagle knew that, but they didn't want me to do that. But because, like they're talking about property tax and stuff, seems like every time people's in Flint get ready to do something, like in 2020,
RL,
and that's when they,
RL, stick to the public hearing.
like
About
I
the,
said, about Eagles,
yes, sir.
that plumbing stuff,
There you go.
and that, like I said, I got the biggest water bill in Flint, but he don't want to address that. That's why it took me out of the house and tore my house down. Time I got and told me to leave everything I own in there because of black mold. But the house I got is bigger and better than the one I had before. But anyway, I want money up front so I can see what I can do with money on my own. Don't be like no puppet like the mayor downstairs. Like he can't have no say so over the Flint police, Green, dealing with these killers, killing us Flint peoples in the outskirt people, Grand Blanc killing and they'll negotiate with them old ISIS peoples in there and don't want the public to know. And William was coming in and talk up for Trump did that stuff since he was in here. Everywhere you go, the blood, a trail of tears, like them Indians in Georgia. It ended in my backyard. Well, over there in Georgia, about 3 years old, in a trail of tears. Look up the history. And now they're trying to get rid of all the, hey, I'm gonna let somebody else talking all this junk and all this junk in America. Stay tuned, New York, and we're gonna deal with this situation. Now.
Thank you.
I just have a quick question. What exactly is it? What is going on right now? What
Right now, we're
ordinance?
doing a public hearing on.
No, I understand that. I'm saying, what is the ordinance? The whole definition of what the ordinance is.
Right. The attorney did state it at the beginning of what the public hearing was on.
I mean, I heard that part, but it seemed very short.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry to
Could we
interrupt.
Go
repeat
ahead.
it at
Please,
least?
please hold. Go ahead.
This is one of the ones it's 60 pages, and I forgot to mention that I have copies here because we couldn't make a bunch of copies. So
There's
I do have
60
a copy.
pages, you said?
Yes, so I do have a copy of the entire ordinance here. So I just want to give it to him.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak at this time for the public hearing? Seeing as how we have no more speakers regarding the public hearing, I will go ahead and close out the public hearing at 5:47 PM. It is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box was placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips were accepted after the meeting began. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
I'm an R.L. Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Avenue. About the situation over there by Thread Lake, slum landlords gave them people 2 days after Christmas to get out of his property, like the Howard Estate peoples. And then when it came time to get out, they're gonna pay their bills, and they can't find him with a search warrant. So I think Madam Burns went over and told the people to get out because you don't know what the landlord to do. You already tried to burn them down one time before, and he rebuilt it, trying to get people out of there, just like they're done on Sussex on Pearson Road. Them slum landlords in Flint. That's what I'm dealing with now. That's how they got me out. Now, out of my house with all that junk in it, time somebody and think we the people some okie dokies, and that's what Eagles better come in and do in these supermarkets with them food things. I went on Laredo the other day. I bought a steak for it cost $19, but it was on sale for $4.99. But I was $2 short. I tried to use my double up. They said you can't use that with and I said I'll be back. Keep my steak on the counter. But see, now I'm hearing about this. It's a food desert in Flint. Talking about Reverend Crims got to have $1 billion and nobody up here to vote for him to have it, but he still got the $1.5 million. But the people's talking about 10 years to get a grocery store, and then the castle got it in 2 years. And us dockies got to have to eat too. And all that, like I say, in the popos, they're weaponizing them killers on the street that wore 2 big boots. Now they're spread out on the street. Now they killing people, and y'all act like they're killing possum and won't do nothing about it. They come up and spraying people's body. Get out from downtown. They got license to barbecue in them, and they come spraying them and coming up in here. And now, I was asleep all that time because I'm awoke now because I remember when they pulled guns on me, and I knew it was going to happen. But now, just like Woodson, in the words of Woodson, you weaponize them motherfuckers out there, and they ain't gonna get away with it. I want my leg back up with the what?
You went off the rails a little bit there.
Like I say, freedom of speech in the United States.
You went off the rails a little bit there.
Stay tuned, New York. The new mayor of New York. And Brooklyn.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Tanya Jones.
Good evening. It's me again, Tanya Jones, advocating for opioid crisis and homeless. And now I'm advocating that we all need to vote. Make sure we vote. I wouldn't recommend, I've been coming here long enough to say Candace Machette don't need to be a president, vice president, or even be on the city council. That's just my opinion. I could go into more details, but I think I'll wait till I get on my Facebook page and I wouldn't have to be put out or anything behind it. But we have to deal with people that care about the people, like in the 9th Ward, and Dennis, Tanya Burns, right here, Miss Jerry. And what we need to do is vote for the president so we can just go ahead and move on, because I come down here, I gotta go feed the people tonight, okay? I have other things to do because y'all gonna push through whatever y'all gonna push through. Y'all gonna vote on what y'all gonna vote on. But I wanna say opioid crisis is real, homeless is real, and autism is real, so make sure y'all don't push through the hocus pocus, please. If that come back up again, the spectrum is large. People don't understand it, they don't have kids, so don't push through money for autism. You know, educate yourself more on it, and have a good night.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Stanley Wood.
Good evening. Between myself, Mari Copany, and John Baker, those two are my public health cohorts. We're here this evening to respectfully request a sponsorship, ideally a multi-member council sponsored, on a proposed resolution directing coordinated retail inspection to ensure sanitation and consumer safety. The resolution we propose is pretty straightforward. It doesn't create any new laws. It doesn't expand enforcement authority. It simply directs the coordination of the Office of Public Health in the city of Flint to work with existing food safety and sanitation laws that already appear or apply to retail establishments. Flint residents rely upon local grocery stores for food, medicine, housing, or household goods every day. They should be able to trust what they're buying and purchasing is safe, unexpired, and sold in clean containers. When the trust is broke down, it becomes a public health issue, not just a consumer complaint. Many retailers in Flint already are doing the right thing. This proposed resolution supports them by promoting consistency, education, and accountability across the board. So responsible businesses are not undercut by negligence and non-compliance. We're asking that multiple members of council support us and sponsor this. It's a public health issue. Clean, safe environment protects children, seniors, family, and even every ward in the city. We respectfully ask each council member willing to stand together on public health, consumer safety, and responsible business practices to sponsor this proposed resolution and move it forward for consideration. And basically what we're asking for is the Office of Public Health to work with the Genesee County Health Department and the Michigan Department of Agriculture. And Davina, we have some handouts I'm going to give you to hand out. And then real quickly, take about 10 seconds of silence for the homeless gentleman that was found frozen on the 6th ward. And then voting for the president and stuff, if I'm not mistaken, Councilwoman Priestley asked for that to be put off until February 5th already. So why we even tried it today, I'm not quite sure.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Jaquindra Brown.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good evening to Council. My name is Jaquindra Brown, and I am a resident of the 7th Ward. It has not even been 2 weeks since I last presented to the Council before another tragedy has struck. Alex Pretty, a 37-year-old nurse, had his life taken away by Border Patrol agents. This man was already on the ground by 6 agents, and with any means to defend himself taken away. but they still decided to shoot him 10 times. In addition to this, a 5-year-old boy, Liam Ramos, was legally arrested by ICE agents on his way home as a twisted way to get to his father. When the vice president was questioned about this, he responded with, J.D. Vance responded with, the agents couldn't just leave him, and quote unquote. They used a helpless child as bait. And the trend of senseless murders by ICE continues. Cruelty is the point. Council, we need to be prepared as soon as possible for when ICE operations ramp up. These cruel acts of violence did not start in Minneapolis and will not end in Minneapolis. While I do want to receive an update from the city attorney through council in regards to a potential ordinance to unmask ICE agents performing in the city, I must ask council what measures have been put forward or are being planned to put forward to ensure the safety of the people of Flint, in addition to collaborations with the mayor of the police department. We cannot wait for another senseless death before we act. The law is on our side, and we should not be afraid to use it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Mari Copany.
Back again to address some of the items I spoke about last week. It's cold, dangerously cold. Our unhoused community is in serious danger. I was hoping the city would have moved a little more expeditiously to find some other alternative shelter, but so far the best we have is the lobby in the sheriff's department. Thanks to an anonymous caller Friday night, tragedy was prevented, and the U of M Flint Police Department was able to find an individual in distress before they froze to death. Next, we really got to circle back to the awful food quality that these local grocery stores are providing to our community. A lot of these stores have been playing the same game for years, yet nothing is ever done to fix the situation. Back in summer, when there was a huge pushback to funding for the North Food Co-op, there was plenty of conversation about the lack of quality food that is offered to our community. But why only stop and point that issue out? These stores are putting people's lives at risk, especially young children, the elderly, and those who are immune compromised. It's bad enough the water here is still toxic. I mean, took a shower and I have a whole face rash bleeding all right here. Cancer rates are way through the roof, and this community is tired of feeling like those in charge have given up on fighting for us. Clean water and safe food are basic human rights. Please do your job.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is John Baker.
Good evening, how you doing? Back again, right? So I've learned a lot. Went to the health department again today after Ms. Priestley said at the end of the meeting last week, if you see something, do something. Seen something, done something. Went to the health department like you directed. Health department sent me to the Department of Agriculture. Been there before. And the circle, you know, the red tape. I've spoken to most of you before the meeting. It's hard as a citizen to just get a complaint, you know, and the chain of command that needs to be followed is so vague. I have the opportunity to take the week or the month off and just do these things. For the last 3 weeks, I've literally every day gotten up 8 o'clock, been to all the places, health department every morning. That's all I'm doing, and gotten nowhere. You know, I found out that there are chains. Ms. Burns is going to help me out. You know, I have some promises from other members here, Ms. Johnson, Smushant. You know, I need, you know, we need something, you know, done. You know, we come here. I know that your power is limited, but the phone calls that I've had to make, I would think that maybe you guys could make those phone calls and it'd be a lot easier. I don't know. I'm getting calls from people and asking me to do things that I have no power to do. I was asked to go into the stores to Mr. B's. Then I was told not to go in. I was looking for a clear path. We're all looking for just directions on what to do. We're just trying to eat. People just want to eat. I'm not angry. I'm not trying to fight you guys. I've looked and did homework in the past, and I've seen how people come and scream at you and try to bring up your past and whatever you've done and whatever. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. I have children. I came here to retire. I'm a 20-year veteran. I came here to retire. Can't get food right in my neighborhood. Whatever needs to be done, I'm going to do. Whatever help that you want to give, I'm going to take. But I'm just looking for a clear path. Just tell me what to do exactly. And I'm going to do it because we're getting a runaround. I'm getting a runaround, and I have the time.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Darrell Brown.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Darrell Brown. I'm a resident of 7th Ward City Council. 7th Ward, speaking it into existence. Why am I running? Because I am. I'm running for the 7th Ward
Excuse me,
City Council.
sir. I don't mean to cut you off, but we can't campaign. You can't campaign from the podium, and we can't campaign from up here.
Okay, well, let me break it down in a different way then. I'll say this. I hear everybody and what y'all going through. I'm willing to listen to all the concerns of what's going on and help y'all out. Whatever needs to be done, I'm willing to do that. We need to work together, band together. I have a son too. I definitely understand the needs of the people. I've been down and out myself. I know how it feels to be left behind, 100%. And that's each and every single one of y'all. I understand, and I do feel it. And I'm gonna do the best that I can to help each and every single one of you out.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
That's what I'll say.
Sir.
That's all I got for everybody.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
That was the last speaker.
Thank you. Seeing as how that was the last public speaker, it is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers, only after all speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone, councilman in 8th Ward?
Yep. A couple of things. Mr. Wood, I hear you. I do. The Office of Public Health is a made-up department. It has zero authority. Them doing anything with anybody has the same effectiveness as a normal resident. Like, they have zero authority. So I won't support or put together anything because they have literally zero responsibility or authority to do with that. As far as the Genesee County Health Department and or the state are the only ones that can help with any of that stuff. As far as the city is concerned, I'm not even sure that the clerk permits any of those businesses. I think that if you're not getting assistance through the Genesee County Health Department, I think then maybe we can reach out to the Board of Commissioners, but unless it's a building code violation, zoning, and like I said, I'm not even sure the clerk does it. The city has zero authority of these folks. And the gentleman, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, but the city council, you will not see a resolution about demasking any federal agents. You just won't, because we don't have the authority. There's a reason why no other municipality has ever, they may have passed a resolution or an ordinance, but they can't enforce it. And I'm not interested in doing anything. None of our officers are going to arrest a federal agent, I promise you that. So there's no enforcement, so it'd be a moot point to pass a resolution that means absolutely nothing because we have zero authority over the federal agents. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
Thank you, Mr. Pfeiffer, for addressing what I was going to say. But also, in regards to the county Department of Health, they regulate restaurants. They don't regulate grocery stores. Only the state Department of Agriculture does that. And I'd be glad to sign on to anything that asks them for investigation on any issues, because it is important that our residents are able to purchase good quality food. Our public health navigators, they aren't trained in that kind of instances. They have no idea. Their job is to help residents get water filters. They help them with turn off, shut off notices and things like that. Anything in regards to actual public health as we think of it. They don't have, I don't even think they have the training to do that. So I also agree with Mr. Pfeiffer regarding the ICE agents. We have no control over the federal government. The federal government supersedes the state government. So we have nothing that we can do to that. Ms. Jones, I really do appreciate your passion for your son and the opioid crisis. As you know, I've dealt with that with my family as well as autism. Hocus Pocus did get funding from us. So that's a good thing, that at least they can go into the schools and do that. And watching the kids light up as they go through the magic was just amazing, because they remembered and they interacted, and that was great. And I think that was all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the sixth ward.
Thank you. We only get 2 minutes, so we aren't able to respond to everything. But I want to say the homeless, when we speak about the homeless population, Color of Law has done a lot of things, and the ladies and the one gentleman, so they feed the homeless hot meals because they cannot cook because they're homeless. And a lot of people don't get that, or they'll give them canned goods, and they can't use canned goods because they don't have pots, pans, or something to cook on it, to cook on. So I do want to say, for the Color of Law, I appreciate working with you, wonderful people. I admire you. And it's a grassroots with some wonderful people who sat at the table and said, let's all do this together. And I appreciate that, because that's what we need. As far as the food, everyone deserves safe food. There are grocery stores that I have never eaten out of and never will.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and we need to quit pretending like we don't know who they are. And so one of them, you do have to go to the state. And I spoke with you. It is for the food safety, the state agriculture department, and I'll give that to you. But if you want to speak and bring awareness at every level of government of the county, I will speak with you to bring awareness, because they're in our city. Some of the food has been expired weeks. I had someone bought pancake mix. It expired 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And they were like, well, it's a dry. No, you don't need that. So that to me is serious. And a lot of people it's not the turnover. When you speak about Mr. B's used to be totally different in the 70s. I used to go to my grandmother, not the same. They even had grocery carry out. And there are issues, and a lot of these grocery stores even lack cleanliness, some of them. But go to the North Flint Food Market, that is on the north side.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Winfrey Carter.
I would like to first thank all of the residents for being here, and thank you for being engaged in the process. I want to piggyback off of what Councilwoman Burns have said about the food sanitation and the expiration dates of the different food and things at these different grocery stores. But I do think, Mr. Brown, I think you might want to write a letter to the Attorney General or Mr. Baker, I'm sorry, the Attorney General, as well as reach out to the Genesee County Health Department. I heard what Councilwoman Priestley said, but it wouldn't hurt to reach out to them. Maybe go to a county commissioners meeting and put it on the table, on the record, so that they'll know and be aware of what's going on. But if you need help with that letter to the Attorney General, I've written a couple of letters to the Attorney General, so I can help you with that. And, you know, we can get that going as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak during council response, I will go ahead and take my time. I do agree with the young man that's come up here for the last couple of weeks about the fact that we see what is happening around the country. And one of the things that we can be very clear on is that just because you do not see it on that same scale here does not mean you will not see it on that same scale here. While there are not necessarily things that we can do as far as having actual legal authority, I think that there are measures that we can take to have symbolic authority. And the fact that we can say that we do not want people coming into our community and stripping and taking away the rights and not going through due process. We can say that. We can issue a resolution saying we do not stand with that kind of behavior here in the city of Flint. So there is something that we can do as far as taking a stand, because we do have a lot of immigrants in our community who have been a part of our community, who have helped build our community, who continue to help build our community, and they do need our voices right now. So we can do something, even if it's just simply take a stand and say, we do not, we don't like that behavior, we don't stand with that kind of behavior, and we are against that behavior. So you are correct. Mr. Baker, you and I will catch you after this, because I know that I've got some direction for you to take. And so I only have like 30 seconds left, and it's gonna take a little bit more than that. So, all right. And then Mari, good job as always. I'm waiting on you. Let me know. I'm waiting. All right. And with that, that is the end of my time. It is now time for the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body?
Excuse me, through the chair. I did just want to.
Did I skip something?
Well, no, I just wanted to piggyback on what you all said about the food safety. And while the Public Health Office does provide a variety of services to the community, as Councilperson Pfeiffer said, they do not have authority to enforce food safety measures. However, under the state, the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, they call it MDARD for short. There is an 800 number. There is also an email address that can be provided so that these complaints can be made and followed up on. The state has the exclusive authority to enforce food safety measures.
All right, thank you. It is now time for the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there support? It's been moved and properly supported by the councilman in the 8th Ward. Are there separations? I do have one. And it was at the request of a member of the administration. They wanted to clarify a question that they answered, clarify an answer that was given to our colleague in the 9th Ward. That's resolution 260027. It's the Dewatering Solutions Leak Detection Survey Program for the Water Service Center. Seeing as how there are no more separations, we will go ahead and vote to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
That include the minutes?
We're including the minutes and everything in the consent agenda.
That's correct. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
Would you please repeat that?
7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. Moving on to our one and only separation. That is Resolution 260027. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
There's a motion to approve by the councilman in the 8th Ward. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Is there discussion? Councilman in the 9th Ward, if I may have the latitude to give you the floor. I do believe that there is someone who would like to speak to this resolution.
That is about the water meters and the.
Leak
haven't-
detection.
Yeah, we haven't had that done since Robbins.
No, we get it done every 2 years. He's got to correct the fact that we do.
That we do.
Correct. And then he can explain why the company that was cheaper.
We're supposed to, but. it wasn't done.
260027. And Councilman Pfeiffer does, Councilman Jarrett does have the floor. Reintroduce yourself.
Reintroduce yourself. Thank you.
My name is Howard Hudson, Supervisor for the Water Service Center.
Okay. Go ahead and make the clarification that you wanted to make.
So last week, I told you that I didn't think we had done leak detection in the city before, and I was incorrect. It was done in 2015 and then every other year after that.
Okay.
So it's been done by American Leak Detection and the current Xylem Wax
Okay.
had done it in 2015, and then American Leak Detection had done it thereafter.
Okay. When we spoke last week, we were also asking about sort of a guesstimate as to what an occurrence might cost when we have a disruption and, pipes burst or what have you. Have you any educated guess or estimate as to what some of those costs might look like because what I'm trying to understand is for the $190 or so thousand, what that's in my mind, this is somewhat of an insurance policy. In my mind, if we can detect some things before they happen, when we've had instances or occurrences, what have been those costs to try to get an idea as to how this might help us to stay ahead of the curve?
So when you asked that question last week, I went back and I dug up some stuff, and I talked to a couple contractors to get their side of it too. And from what I can tell, the average, minimal damage leak is $7,000 to $10,000 if we're repairing it there at the Water Service Center. If we hire a contractor to do it, it can vary depending on the time of year, the time, if it's an emergency call out at night or whatnot. And it was anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000, $25,000 is what I came up with. And I got some quotes here. I can email them to the council.
Do we have any such leaks or repairs taking place currently?
Yeah, I got all my guys been out all day on leaks.
How many different locations or sites or situations?
Today alone?
Yeah.
We had 5 today that I can think of just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more than that.
And if I'm understanding correctly, what's being proposed by way of these surveys helps us to potentially stay ahead of these leaks or catch them before they blow out into something that costs us more money.
Potentially, that's what it's going to do. I mean, we'd like to catch it when it's a small leak,
Right.
If it's just a 100-year-old pipe and the top of it's come off, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. But if there's a crack in the pipe or a small hole in the pipe, this leak detection will pick that up. If there's pipe broken inside of a storm drain or leaking into a sewer main, it'll pick that up.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm done. I yield.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like the floor? Councilman Pfeiffer.
So let me get this straight. They are only, I guess, can you give me an overview of how they detect leaks? Only if they're visible? Like how are they, is there some kind of equipment that they're looking or that they use, some kind of sonar or x-ray type of stuff? How are they finding these?
No, it's audible. It's noises in the ground. They have special equipment, headsets with special detection devices that.
So they
can pick
scan
up-
the whole city, or how are they, like, are we telling them to go and scan this road, or how
No,
are?
they walk the city. Well, they also have collators that they place on valves and hydrants throughout the city. And they'll take the information that those collators collect, and they'll put it in their computer, and it'll give them a reading of how the pipes are, if they're leaking, or if they can tell the flow of the water in that area. And if it's fluctuates a lot, then they can go back and then they'll scan that area with their sonar or their audible system, and it'll tell them if
Is there a verifiable proof that their system works?
yes. I have some of the old reports from WACS and from American Leak Detection with me, and I can email them to you if you like. But
Well, I would just like to know how they get from point A to point B, meaning how are they taking their devices and, getting that information to us, and then, or do we do anything with that information? Do we go out and actually proactively dig up a spot?
absolutely.
So
They give us full reports and detailed with photographs, with all the information, the coordinates, and the addresses, and we go out there and they mark it, they paint it blue on the ground, so it's clear.
Okay, and by doing that, what is the cost savings versus, I don't want to say that we, don't fix it, but what is the cost savings of having something proactive versus emergency?
Well, I mean, being proactive is always better than being, emergency response team. You catch you when it's small.
So what define, let me circle back to that, because, there was a leak in front of my neighbor's house, and it spewed out for 3 weeks after I reported it, before somebody could come out. So what determines an emergency versus let it go and we'll get to it when we get to it?
Well, I guess the size of the leak, people affected by the leak, the number of people affected by the leak, hospitals, are they affected by the leak, clinics, dialysis centers, things of that nature, I would say that it's a case-by-case basis on the leaks, but, as well as I do, if we have a leak on Saginaw Street blowing bricks, all over the place,
Yeah.
that's going to take priority.
I totally understand. I'm not questioning. I just want to make sure that if we're utilizing this service, I would hope that there was going to be some kind of ROI on it, where we can have and say that, by spending this 150,000, whatever the exact dollar amount of this is, that we can justifiably say spending this 150 saved us 1.2, something like that. Like, how do we get to determine, and if there's a quantifiable ROI on using this service?
Well, I'm quite sure there's leaks out there right now that we have no idea about.
Right.
And that we cannot find, or nobody's thought to look in those places. I don't know. I know in my past experience that when WACs come down and we hired them to do leak detection, they found a lot of leaks that we had no idea about. And the water loss alone was tremendous. So we're paying for that water.
Yeah, I know, we are. So just to wrap this up real quick. Are we so if they go out and scan and do this, are we using are we sending them any kind of as-built, or are they sending us any kind of as-built to say, hey, I detected a water line here. I'm not sure if you knew that the water line was here, but it's 10 feet off of the road or something like that.
Yeah, well, the maps we have, they'll have copies of them. And
And they're verifying that those maps are correct?
well, actually, our city works
Dennis, you
has
can't keep
verified
asking
those.
questions. You just gotta let him answer.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Burns.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
A couple of quick questions. So I'm going to read this. The City of Flint Water Department performs leak detection services every other year, but going forward will provide yearly. City of Flint Water Department staff have neither the expertise nor equipment to perform this service. The request was put out to bid, and is it Watts, WCHS?
Yeah.
Was the sole bidder. We last used this vendor in 2015 for valve exercising with no issues, and will evaluate once the project is complete. So a couple questions. Who was the last company that we used? You've got some invoices there.
Yeah, American Leak Detection,
And what year is on that invoice?
2023, but they was actually 2025 was the last time, or 2025 was the last time.
Is there a reason why you don't have 2025's invoice, or
I couldn't find one.
how much is on that invoice?
It's not really an invoice, it's more like a leak that they discovered.
So they were paid for services though, right?
Yes.
They don't, do you know how much they were paid?
For that, the last one was $154,000.
And that was 2023?
That was for a 1-year contract, yeah.
Okay, so,
Or
uh,
2025,
20,
I think was when they was last year.
okay. So 23 or 25?
I'm fuzzy on that. I really don't know
Okay.
if it was 23 or 25.
Because I know this is getting
'Cause I was
leak
told it was
detected is
25.
a really good thing. I'm in support of this, but I just wanted to narrow a couple things down. So
Okay.
you have 2 invoices, was that correct?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
other
not
company?
invoices, they're leaks.
Leaks. Okay, but we pay for those services, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so how much was the other one? Were they
This, in 2015?
2015? Is that one 2015?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, we know it's considerably higher now. Is there a price on what it was in 2015 so we can gauge the difference in pricing?
No, I have no idea what it would be in 2015.
Okay, and so you have 2015 and 2023 documents in front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
When they did the last leak detection, what was the percentage of leaks? What's the percentage of leaks that they're saying that we have in our system? Was it 50%, 40, 60?
They never said what percentage we had. Did I know
Request for
of?
information.
What's your request?
I think you want to ask the total number of leaks that they found,
Yeah, I
not the
was gonna-
percentage.
I was getting to that,
Okay.
but that one too. See? So, so how much out of our system that are we losing? What percentage of our water are we losing to leaks?
Well, it says, I got it right here on this.
I would love to have a copy.
I can email it to you.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'll scan
Because I
it
think
in
this is
and email
important.
it to you first thing in the morning. I'll email it to all of you.
That would be great. I think you probably have to go through the clerk and then.
I will.
Okay. And so I would like to have
So it says 345,000 gallons per month
okay.
is on this, is
Okay.
what they're, and 4,204,000 gallons a year.
And I know, and
is
that's
what they
why.
found.
And so I know when we're looking at what percentage, then also we have, when our water main breaks, we average about 250 per year. Is that
I think that's
low now?
a low number maybe,
Is it,
but
it used to be in 2021, I believe it was about 250, which was just an average. How many did we have last year? It seemed a
I was
lot
just gonna
last
say,
year.
last winter was over 300 just in like
Yeah.
December, January, February.
Yeah, and our infrastructure is old.
It's
If
very
you
old.
could, yeah, And so Dennis's question was, and Dennis, I'm sorry because you kind of threw me off. Did you hear what he said?
He asked for the total number of leaks.
Yeah.
That they found.
Yes.
And I have no idea what that total number would be.
It's not on the papers that you're going to?
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay.
No.
If you can get those to us, I would
But
appreciate.
I would love to email this stuff to you and get that. line of
Yeah, and I like to
communication
read, and I
open.
know they like to read.
Okay.
They read.
Yeah, I'll do it first thing in the morning.
See, look, they even smiled, those two, 9 and 8 down there.
Yeah.
So if you could send that, because I like to read too, because I know that what we average in the percentage, and this is actually good for the city, to get control over it. And also, do you know when they're going to start on replacing that dual line? Because there's leaks there too. They couldn't, with the sewer line. Do you know when they're going to? Oh, that's my time. Thank you.
Sorry.
Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
You know, it's important to get those leaks under control. We all know that. It costs us more money, and hopefully that could help us save some money we had a discussion item Wednesday on possibility of having to raise our water rates. So having those, especially when you said that the big leak that happened over by Starlight was there. And I got a report today of a leak on, all right, but didn't know if it was sewer or but it's at 2121 Kansas. So it's covering 3 different homes. And so that needs to be taken a look at. But the water leaks we have to get those under control. And I know that we have an aging infrastructure. I actually, when I was elected for council, my idea of using the ARPA money was for infrastructure, not for all the stuff that we ended up doing. I felt that would be a more long-term beneficial result for the city. Unfortunately, that's not what the residents wanted, and I followed what the residents wanted to the most extent. So I appreciate all your information that you bring forward to us, and I look forward to reading the information that you will be sending us tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion? Is there anyone in the second round of discussion? Councilman Pfeiffer.
So real quick, so we know what a baseline is of what we're getting from Detroit, right? How many gallons we're getting from Detroit? Is there any way that we can get a report of how many gallons we're getting from Detroit versus what we're billing, so we can see what?
Sure.
Because that's going to show us.
That should be easy.
That's going to show us exactly what our net loss is, whether that be leaks or what other than
Point of information.
if we're.
What's your point?
Fire department would be.
Yeah, we have other vehicles that use water in the city.
We can
too.
please start.
That was what other stuff besides what municipal use, if we're opening and flushing hydrants, that type of stuff. Is there any way that we can determine that versus what we're truly losing in leaks? Is there?
Absolutely. There's a way to do that. We can calculate the number of gallons we use when we flush a hydrant.
Okay.
We can, the fire department would have to get on board with this and help us, because I know
Well,
they
we
use the
can
hydrants
absolutely
too.
mandate for that. So my point is, if we say that, okay, we have 1 million gallons of water that we know that we're losing somewhere, that's a baseline of sending this company to say, your goal is to find me, 1 million gallons of leaks, and that should be, I think that's how we should be able to work backwards to see actually how much we're losing and utilize this company instead of on a small pinholes, we're losing 2 million gallons. Help me out.
A significant amount.
Right. So if we can find that delta of what we're billing versus that of what we're getting from Detroit, and then whatever we need to do to work with the fire hydrant or the fire department or the water, whatever that's not metered, let us know how we can help that and put any kind of policy or work with the administration to put any kind of policy to get you that paperwork to estimate that, so we can truly figure out what we are losing as a city to I'm going to say the Mother Earth
Right.
that's going back.
The vac trucks we have there at our department, in the sewer and the water departments, they use 1,500 gallons at a time.
Okay.
And when they're jetting these sewer mains, it's consuming water. Contractors have to run off a meter, and I'd like to get a little bit
So
tighter
can
control
we
over
run
that.
our stuff off of a meter and just have it not billable?
We could,
Okay.
we don't, but we could do that. I like to keep a tally of how many times that driver filled up that truck that day, because I know it's 1,500 gallons every time he fills
Yeah, I
it
would
up.
prefer
So
if it went to our system versus on a spreadsheet, and like, is there a better way to track it per se? So whatever works, but I would like to know what our true estimated guess on that loss is.
I'd like to know that too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else in the second round?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman, the 6th Ward.
What is your last name again?
Hudson,
Like
Hudson.
Hudson the vehicles, okay. Like Hudson the department store.
Yes,
So-
like the old Hudson's out
That's
there in
right.
Genesee Valley.
So with the meter, with the Badger meter system, is it Badger that we did pay was it 9 million for?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
paid free and clear out of our wind funds. That system is supposed to have the capacity to measure that.
Measure.
Measure leak detection, water loss. Also,
Yes.
you say yes? Yes, I know.
But it only measure it in the house.
Okay,
So it won't measure what's going through the mains,
so,
but in the houses.
right, and so here, and we can do some calculations for that. Now, my other question is, I know what that system, they call the system the Cadillac of a system. I know some of they don't like it.
You're right.
I know you don't like it, but here's the thing.
No, I'm not one of the ones that don't like
Okay.
Badger.
So
I'm
here's
not.
the thing.
Let's just clarify that right now.
Okay, so do you like the system? Do you know how to work it?
I am very familiar with Badger.
Do you
The
like
city
it?
I came from in Texas, that's what we used was Badger.
In Galveston?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
and so my question is, because when I'm looking at it, it says none of our people are trained, neither have the expertise to perform any equipment. Have we ever thought about bringing in from the Badger company to get to be trained on it, on the system?
On leak detection?
That whole system does a lot.
I don't know that Badger actually does leak detection like on mains.
Well, I'm talking about also with measuring. So
I can talk to Badger. I got a good rapport with them, and I'm sure if
their
they
guy
have
will come,
something
he
to
will
offer
actually
us-
come and talk to us. I had
Pardon
spoken
me?
to him a couple months ago.
Mark?
I believe I forget his name. I spoke a couple months ago,
Okay.
but,
I can reach out to them and talk to them and see what they
Yeah.
have to offer.
But-
I am very proactive. I am not a good reactive person. I do
Uh-huh.
not like reacting like a fireman. I am a very proactive person. I like to build a good system and maintain it.
did you like the Badger system in
I
Galveston?
loved it. I thought it was the best thing that we ever had.
Are we utilizing it here the way we should?
We're starting to.
I appreciate your honesty and candor.
I'm pushing the Badger down the meter tech's throats right now. I'm telling them that's the way it is, and we're not changing. And even though you guys approved that money for Mitron,
You know, the Badger guy, I reached
I'm not
out to,
spending
and
it.
I'll talk to you after, because that's going to be my time. Thank
Okay.
you, Mr. Hudson.
Is that it?
Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion? Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now do the roll call vote to approve 260027, which is the Dewatering Solutions Leak Detection Survey Program Water Service Center. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Winfrey Carter,
Yes.
Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashap,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer,
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley.
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn by the councilman in the 8th ward, supported by the councilwoman in the 4th ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Mashap,
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer,
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Priestley.
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter.
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The time is 6:41 PM on Monday, January 26th. I hereby adjourn this council meeting.
You hit that damn thing so hard. She just.
Family, I'm gonna tell y'all good night. I don't think I'm probably coming. Oh, did they go through the appointments? I don't know if they went through the appointments. Let me make sure they ain't off. Did they go through the appointments, family? I don't know if they went through the former. I don't know if they went through the appointments. I might have missed some. Is it over? I'm guessing it's over, family. I don't know. Oh, see him showing your feed? Yeah, I guess it is over then. Did we miss something? Something was missed. They went through let me see. Man, what was it? The appointments. I guess, yep, they did go through it. Wowzers. The appointments all passed? Okay. The appointments passed. All right, then, family. They didn't separate. All right, I'll see y'all later on. I'm finna end this live and go look at Art Live. I'll be out. Peace, family.